listen, you should never believe what I have to say, because most of the time I'm not going to like show people anything. I'm going to tell you the conclusion, and I'm not going to go out and show you point by point and prove it to you, because I'm not going to waste my time proving things to little children. Here's why I'm giving you, World Expert's going to give you the fucking deal. It's up to you to go and confirm it. You do it on your own. You don't want to believe it, you don't want to do the legwork, tough shit, I don't care. I'm telling you the deal as far as my expertise goes, my opinion. You confirm everything. Most people won't, they can't confirm it because they're that fucking stupid. If you could confirm it, you wouldn't fall for these fuckers, would you? I'm here to help the population, and I can't do that when I'm shadow banned if people aren't relentlessly spreading the word everywhere, all types of angles. Contact the media, contact Tucker, all these motherfuckers. You tell them. You tell them. Everybody.
Honestly, when you get him in front of an outhouse in the woods, he doesn't seem so dangerous.
So fancy outhouse.
We have a ruling class in the United States defined by its hatreds, not its loves, not its hopes, but by its hatreds. They hate all kinds of people, large groups of people, the deplorables, the bitter clingers, America's entire blue-collar population, the unfashionable people. They're hated by the people who run our country. But no one is hated more by them than a man called Alex Jones. Alex Jones is the single most censored man in all American history. He was the first media figure in our history to be completely erased in one day, deplatformed. Alex Jones was deplatformed before it was a common term. And not just deplatformed, sued, attacked. They attempted to criminally charge him. What did Alex Jones do wrong? Alex Jones didn't.
Okay, you hear all that? You hear this nonsense? Think about this for a second. So, he's the most censored person in American history. How about me? Why don't you contact Tucker and ask him about me, who was completely erased from day one? Think about that. Alex Jones was allowed to have 25 plus years to build his empire, his boiler room empire of lies, of scams, selling penis potions and gold on false premise. Okay? 25 years he had. Does that sound like he's a threat? No. He got deplatformed because he engaged in criminal activity. Now, I don't know that I guess he didn't go to criminal court, but I mean, if I'm in charge, if I'm running the show, he's going to criminal court. Okay? I guess it was all just in civil court, but you may have seen the video that I released where Alex Jones was clearly involved in sedition. He was clearly involved in the January 6th riots. He was inciting violence. There's no doubt about it. Take a fucking look. Why wasn't Alex Jones put in prison?
We take the election fraud. We don't quietly take the scam and believe their BS. We've seen the evidence. The system has had to desperately engage in this gambit to maintain control, but this will be their Waterloo. This will be their destruction. The Great Reset is triggering the Great Awakening, and the Great Awakening will trigger the Great Rebellion and the destruction of the New World Order. 1776! 1776! 1776! 1776! 1776! 1776! better believe they've got one. They will be hiding, they will pay, they will be destroyed, because America is rising. This is an epic point of history that you are all involved in, and I want to thank you. And no matter what happens here, we fight on to the end. They better believe we're ready to fight.
Today, right-wing conspiracy extremist Alex Jones led supporters in a Stop the Steal rally at the state capitol. Jones is best known for claiming 9/11 and other terror attacks were orchestrated by the U.S. government. He's calling on his followers to, quote, rise up and prevent officials from certifying Georgia's election results. Marches like this highlight the impact of continuing misinformation about Georgia's elections. But the Secretary of State reports there is no credible evidence of widespread voter fraud or enough difference in the overall vote count to change the outcome.
I told them 20 years ago, I tell them again, I don't know how this is going to end, but if they want to fight, they better believe they've got one. Make no mistake, I'm being completely honest with you here. Things are going to be rough. Things are going to get bad in the future. We've already allowed the murder of 60 million babies in this country. We've done so many other evil things. So we're deep down in that water. We're hundreds of feet deep. It's going to be hard swimming back to the surface. And not everybody is going to make it. But that's okay, because in the end, God will fulfill his destiny and will reward the righteous.
Another thing I would say, Lester, is, as we try to figure out, well, it looks now like the Capitol, the police have been
Pete, let me break
hold
away
these
from you a
people back.
second, because things are happening very quickly.
The government did this to us. We were normal, good, law-abiding citizens.
They no longer have been able to keep them back.
Perimeters around the Capitol.
USA! USA!
He was inciting violence. There's no doubt about it. Why wasn't Alex Jones put in prison? I guess it doesn't matter, because Trump pardoned all these nutcases. He would have pardoned Alex Jones. So think about it for a second. You got some guy who is basically a domestic terrorist, just creating all types of lies and causing people to have mental illness and delusions. So he can sell bogus products at heavily inflated prices, right? That's what he does.
In 2010, a Maryland businessman created a video detailing dramatic predictions for America's near future. He said the recent financial crisis would soon get considerably worse. He said there'd be rioting in the streets. And he said we'd see skyrocketing prices for things like gas and food. Now, most Americans thought these things could never happen. Not here.
Garbage, counterfeit, U.S. government money. No, this is the counterfeit money. This is the garbage. This is the joke. I mean, this country is going to be destroyed. Go, please, Satan, release us to kill the American people and to rally free humanity against the forced drugging and poisoning of the entire food and water supply, as well as vaccines being rolled out en masse that literally send in live viruses to eat the neuron receptor sites for anger and resistance and strength. They admit they want lithium in the water. They're already putting it in, but they're now pushing it publicly to make you servile. Aluminum production and, of course, fertilizer production. Mercury, lead, arsenic. And they take this toxic waste that big companies, this is such a sick joke. It's got to be the biggest hoax in history. And in the 40s, when they were producing nuclear weapons secretly in Tennessee, this is all declassified.
He had 25 years to do all this. Versus me, who was completely erased from day one, just because I wrote a couple of books that tried to help Main Street and exposed America, completely exposed the country. And not only was I erased on that day, as my forecasts materialized over the years, I remained erased. Think about that. I'm the most censored person in U.S. history. That's a fact. I got no chance. I had no chance to communicate to anybody. Alex Jones had 25 years to sell his bullshit. You see, Alex Jones served as a useful idiot. But once he crossed that line, it became all bets are off. That's why, as I mentioned before, he was being groomed to be more of mainstream. They were going to kind of somehow fit him in the mainstream to lead the opposition. That's why he was being interviewed on all these network TV shows. But once he crossed that line, that Sandy Hook line, with all his bullshit and causing harassment of these families, he was done. That's when Joe Rogan, if you might recall, that's when he stepped up. As soon as Alex Jones got into trouble several years ago, Joe Rogan was already being positioned. And this is also, keep in mind, Joe Rogan has changed over the years, if you notice that. See, Joe Rogan before, he couldn't get any mainstream guys, really. So he's talking about fake moon landing and all this fucking bullshit, you know, Alex Jones conspiracy stuff. But once he was positioned into that leading role, I mean, folks, who do you think is putting these people there? I mean, you know Alex Jones, his GCN network, Genesis Communications Network, that was kind of a little affiliate satellite of Time Warner. Time Warner ran the network Alex Jones was on. You know that, right? Come on, people, wake the fuck up. Joe Rogan has turned, now he's trying to be a little more legit. You'll notice the things he talks about, but he still does the fringe stuff and conspiracy stuff. He just doesn't go too much off the deep end unless there's big money for him. In other words, fake moon landing is not going to directly make him money, right? That just you know brings in more of the fucking crackpots, the idiots. Oh, chemtrails! Ooh! Stupid idiots. Okay, but COVID, yeah, the COVID thing. Well, that'll bring in money, right? That kind of pushes more people into nutritional supplements, right? So think about it, folks. If you don't know this, I mean, you're listening to a man who, it's just casual observation. It doesn't really, you know, I didn't follow these guys, but you can just kind of tell what's going on. Why did Joe Rogan change? Because now he's mainstream. He can't come across as too much of a wacko. So what does he do? Well, he still wants to be kind of, you know, promote his nutritional bullshit, his nutritional scams. Okay? So what does he do? He pretends that he's naive. Oh, I don't know. We're just having a conversation, bro. No. Folks, like I said before, all these people that you hear in the alternative media and YouTube and social media is the worst. Mainstream media does a little bit better job sometimes, but it's getting worse by the day. And what I mean is that they don't push back. These are not interviews that you're hearing, ever. They're promotional events. You know, it's funny. I was going through my files and I actually ran across, I was really surprised because I forgot about it. There's a guy that I exposed a few years ago named E.B. Tucker, because I was doing a search for Tucker Carlson on my files. So I put in Tucker. There's a guy named E.B. Tucker. Look him up on YouTube. And he had experience out of like one of these boiler rooms. I think like Casey Research or some bullshit like that. So, you know, he's involved in just fluff pieces to pump penny stocks. And I exposed the guy because he was pushing some royalty bullshit companies, and I suspected there was pump and dumps going on. Wrote some articles on it, did a couple of videos on it. And, you know, he's a pretty small guy, you know. But the funny thing is that he was on Patrick Bet-David. I don't know when, a few years ago, I guess. And that right there proves right there what I've been saying before. These guys all take payments for their shows. Some people pay, some people don't. A guy like E.B. Tucker is going to pay because he's not going to bring views to Patrick Bet-David. That's how they all work, I'm telling you. Okay? Same thing, I guess the most obvious one is Graham Stephan, his iced coffee bullshit, where he, quote unquote, interviews virtually nothing but scammers. You take a look. He's getting paid for almost all these people he has on there. People don't know this. I mean, shouldn't that be legal disclosure? Instead, you're thinking it's organic. Right? And of course, you're not going to get any pushback. You get no pushback. You understand pushback versus promotion? Promotion means you let the guy talk. Oh, okay, yeah, great. They're basically in sales and marketing session. Pushback is, wait a second, are you sure? How can you prove that? Why do you say that? Right? You don't hear that anymore, do you? You never hear that. Have you all noticed that? That's been a phenomenon that I've noticed, a kind of a major flip in that over the past 10 years. You really just don't see it anymore. Why? Because folks, like I said, it's all about clicks and ads. Money, 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 money. Right? So if you get pushback, if Patrick Bet-David or Joe Rogan pushes back on these guys, well, these guys don't want to go on his show, right? They don't want to have any reason for doubt. Okay? And if they don't go on the show, Joe Rogan, well, he doesn't have content. He doesn't have content by some fucking conspiracy guy who's telling you to, you know, that you can drink some fucking bullshit and you'll live to 130. You understand? That's what it's all about. It's all fucking bullshit and scams. It's not about the truth. If you think it's the truth, you're being fooled by distractions. That's what's going on. Case in point, I'm one of the top authorities out there to be talking about anything related to the capital markets, geopolitical. I'm nowhere to be found. You have, instead, who? People that are just chumps. I've been doing this for 3 fucking decades. And I have the track record that cannot be surpassed. It's fact. I backed it by $1 million. Anyone, you think you can surpass my track record? Use anyone's track record you want. $1 million. Think about that one. I'm gone. Ask yourself why, right? I mean, this is the key issue. Let's go beyond the mainstream media here, right? Why wouldn't I be a perfect candidate for alternative media? Right? I expose America. Right? I expose the healthcare system. I expose Wall Street. Once again, folks, it's because I tell the full truth and nothing but the full truth. They don't want the full truth. They want someone to be their pitchman to sell their bullshit. You see, I also have advanced degrees in science. So I know about all this nutritional fucking garbage. Virtually all of it is fucking trash. Okay. Let me explain something, by the way. Nutritional supplements are potentially very dangerous and possibly deadly because all that shit's being made in some manufacturing plants in China where the production standards are fucking shit and they're not inspected. You're talking about major contamination. Understand that China has had now at least 2 scandals with baby milk. Artificial baby milk. You really trust production standards for consumables, edibles from China when there's no regulation? Are you fucking stupid? That's on the one side. Not to mention the fact that many of these supplements are very harmful long term because of the metabolism. You're taking excessive quantities. And the very best situation, they're just placebos. They don't do anything. Okay? They don't do anything. Now, you find someone that wants to challenge me on that, because I've had biochemistry in 4 different university departments. 4 different departments. And I've taught a biotechnology course that I created. No other course was created like that in the world, I know. You want to look more into that, you can take a look at the ChatGPT analysis on the site. 25 years ago, in that course I predicted telemedicine, many other things. The course was for the layperson too, by the way. So, think about that. They don't want credible people. The key about the fringe media / alternative media, they want fringe people that they can position as credible. You understand? They don't want truly credible people. Truly credible people aren't going to be as effective in selling their snake oil, whether it's gold or penis potions like Alex Jones sells, or what have you. They want to cultivate your mind with conspiracies and all types of wild shit, so you'll be accepting to their notion that you can't trust the healthcare system, right? But they've got the solution for you. You can't trust the food and beverage industry. They're trying to, Alex Jones says they're trying to kill everybody. They want to kill everybody. You should buy food from him, his sponsors. Something is wrong with your mind if you fall for this shit. Really. Apparently a lot of people fell for it. Because Alex Jones is a multi-millionaire. Close to $100 million. And that's all that we know. So he's making a case for Alex Jones. He's telling you that Alex is the most censored guy in the U.S. It's not true. I am. Alex was part of the establishment. He was the controlled opposition guy. They let this guy, right? Remember, it's like this one guy says when they call up Alex Jones. It's pretty funny. I've got the tape. I've got the video somewhere. This guy kind of sounds like a Brooklyn, New York accent. Pretty funny. He says, well, you're selling gold, right? He says, you sell gold for the New World Order, Alex, right? We can't trust you. You're selling gold for the New World Order. And Alex is like, what? I sell gold for the New World Order? He says, yeah. Who owns all the gold? He says, the Rothschilds own all the gold. You're selling gold for the New World Order. And it's funny, just because, Alex is his New World Order nonsense. But the guy, when he says the Rothschilds, it's kind of funny, and it does kind of ring true a little bit, because if you look at who does own all the gold, well, who do you think owns all the gold? I don't think it's the Rothschilds, but, kind of similar, right? But folks, think about it for a second. None of these gold stooges ever ask these questions. And if you want to learn about gold, you come to me. I'm the guy that knows all the accurate information, because I'm the guy that predicted the financial crisis, has the best track record in the world. I don't sell gold. I don't sell ads. I don't sell securities. I sell world-class research. So think about it. They're telling you that gold is what you want. You saw Tucker Carlson. What did he say here? Take a look. Look at that. When you realize the central banks are a scam, you buy gold. Central banks are not a scam. Okay? I mean, how are they a scam? What, like, you have to explain yourself. If you're gonna call them a scam, please explain what you mean. Because if they're such a scam, that implies that the dollar is a scam. So you're going to buy gold? Right? Explain yourself, Tucker. But what do you do when you realize a lot of the big gold companies are a scam? You buy from Battalion. This is what we're going to be talking about today, by the way. But you know me. I know the full fucking shebang, so you don't get like a little simple elementary school lecture from me. Okay. We're going to talk about this. We're going to expose Carlson for the fraud that he is and the hypocrite that he is. Probably will expose a lot of the gold myths. So think about it for a second. Let's talk about gold here. Because all these guys selling gold, folks, I said it before. Always assume every single gold dealer out there is a scam, operation, or is scammy. Has something scammy about them. Assume that. I'm not saying they all are, but that should be your assumption. Okay? Especially if they are, I can tell you right now, you had better damn well assume you're dealing with a scam operation, gold company, if they are providing endorsement money to guys like Carlson. Where are they getting that fucking money from? It's kind of like FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. Where is he getting all that money to pay off Meet Kevin and Tom Nash and all these other scam artists? Paying them big fucking money. Kevin O'Leary. All these people. Where are they getting that money? They're getting it from your fucking pockets. They're charging you more. They're going to tell you they're not charging you. Oh no, we're charging low fees. Yeah, okay. I mean, you're dealing with people that understand how to manipulate things. I don't know about how this company works. I actually tried to call them. And you have to schedule a call, which is suspect. I was going to record the fucking call. Maybe I'll try it again. But I know the potential manipulation tactics. I don't know much about this company. But why would a gold company, a precious metals dealer, why would they pay some person that you trust, right? They want to buy trust. Why? Why do you think all these conservative talking heads are whores for gold companies? Because they know that some people, for some reason, trust the whiny, disinfo weasel Ben Shapiro. Buy gold, merch gold. They know that there's people that trust this guy and believe this guy. So why would these companies want to pay a premium to capture the trust of his audience? Why do they need that? It positions the company to potentially deceive the customer, does it not? Of course it does. Of course it does. I cannot think of any example offhand where I have seen kind of celebrity people endorse a product and not be somewhat scammy or way overpriced. You see this a lot with things pitched to retired individuals. You know, this is where you get the, you know, Joe Namath selling fucking reverse mortgages and Dan Marino and shit like that. I mean, right? Why don't they have just a normal guy? Because they know that that demographic grew up watching Joe Namath and Dan Marino, and they can relate to them. They trust them. There's a emotional thing there. So they're going to tend less to question what's going on. They're going to trust Dan Marino. They're going to trust Joe Namath and Joe Montana. You understand? Same thing with Jimmy Johnson. Anybody know what kind of scam Jimmy Johnson was involved in? He was pitching one of those fucking trading firms a while back. I forgot what it's called. About 25 years ago. 20 years ago or something. Learn to trade or something. Jimmy Johnson? So that's the first. I mean, for me personally, when I see something like that, I'm like, oh, I'm staying away. I'm staying away, okay? I'm pretty confident any company that's paying these guys something is not on the up and up. Something is not, because folks, I know how it works. I remember from 15, 16, 17 years ago, I'm the guy that exposed this whole thing, this whole ring, 17 years ago, 18 years ago, with Goldline. I'm the only person in the world that was exposing this shit with Glenn Beck and all these conservative talk show guys. Goldline paid them all off. Why did they pay them all off? Because they know that people that watch these clowns trust them. And what did Goldline end up doing? Goldline ended up defrauding their customers. They were indicted, I think, on 18 or 21 charges in the state of California for defrauding customers. You understand? They're going to get their money back and more. That's why they're paying these motherfuckers. I mean, why would you buy gold? First of all, if you want to buy physical gold, that's a whole other topic of discussion. But if you want to, why would you buy it? It's a commodity. It's going to be the same anywhere you fucking go. Why don't you go down the street to some shop that's not paying off some talking head that has lower overhead? You're going to get a better price, probably, right? Why do you want to pay for Tucker Carlson's fucking retirement? Somebody's got to pay that bill. You understand? It's just common sense. So, let me ask you a question, folks. Think about this. Why in the hell, if you can't trust the central banks, dollar's going to collapse, U.S. is going to collapse, like all these fucking con artists have been saying now for decades, and guess what? If the U.S. collapsed, guess what? It fucking recovered pretty goddamn quick. Look at the rest of the world. Has anybody taken a look at the fucking Russian ruble? Not just now. The Russian ruble had already fucking collapsed 10 years ago by like 80%. 10 years ago! I mean, take a look, go. Should I pull up a chart and show you guys? This is from memory. I haven't looked at a chart of the ruble in fucking 3 years. Okay? Should I pull up a chart and show you guys? When you're talking about collapses, they don't happen in the U.S. If the U.S. has a collapse, the rest of the world is fucked hard and for a long time. The last place you got to worry about is the U.S. Last currency you got to worry about is the U.S. dollar. Okay? But you got all these gold con artists out there. And by the way, the gold dealers, you got them all backing all these YouTube channels. If you see a YouTube channel with one of these gold companies, you know the guy's a fraud. The channel guy, the guy running the channel. And you know not to deal with that gold company, hopefully. Okay. They're telling you that hyperinflation is going to happen, right? Remember, you got The gold stooges, the incumbent gold stooges from a long time ago, Peter Schiff, Doug Casey, Eric Sprott, Mike Maloney, they're telling you, get out of the U.S. Jeff Berwick, get out of the U.S., it's going to collapse. They were telling you this 2010, 11, 12, right? Get out of the U.S., it's going to collapse. Go to Puerto Rico. Oh, it went bankrupt later on. Oops. Go to Argentina, Doug Casey said. Move everything to Argentina. Avoid the collapse in America. Argentina is on probably their fifth bailout by the IMF now. They've been in hyperinflation for fucking years. You understand? These charlatans that are telling you to get your fucking money out of the U.S. Remember Peter Schiff was telling everyone to put their money in the euro because the dollar's going to collapse? What happened? The dollar soared, the euro collapsed. Not over a 2-month period, over a multi-year period. These guys are contrarian indicators. The only people that make good money off of what they say is them. Because what they say causes the fucking stooges to line their pockets. I mean, folks, if you don't know this, you're just fucking stupid because you haven't managed or bothered to look at a chart of anything. The countries that they say to go to collapse. I mean, it's just fact. Fact. Take a look. Fact. Take a look. Do you know? Okay. But let's think about it for a second. Why? Has anyone ever bothered to ask if the dollar's so bad, fiat currencies are so bad, all currencies are going to collapse, right? They tell you all this bullshit. All fiat currencies are going to collapse. They always have. They've never lasted. They've always failed. Guess what? All precious metals-based currencies have also always failed. Did you know that? Why don't they tell you that? The last currency in the world that's going to fail is the U.S. dollar. Okay? If the U.S. dollar fails, you better believe you're going to have many more problems to worry about than that. I can assure you. Okay? That's going to be not a worry. If the dollar truly collapses, you're going to have many more problems. And around the world, you're going to have even bigger problems. So, but they're all telling you to get out of fiat currencies. Been telling you for a long time. But have you ever bothered to ask, why then, if fiat currencies have no value, they're worthless, they're going to collapse, they've been telling you that, why are they willing to sell you their gold and their silver in exchange for your worthless, soon to collapse fiat currency? Have you ever thought about that one? Would you like an answer? Because they're lying scam artists. Every single one of these dirty rats who pitches gold in that manner is a lying scam artist. My opinion. My opinion. So have you ever wondered why? Right? Why they want your fiat currency? Right? You haven't wondered why. If you've never wondered why, it's because you're brainwashed and you've lost the ability to think reasonably. You've lost that ability. That's why. Okay? And you should be worried. You should be really, really fucking worried because they got you. They got you where they want you. You understand? I mean, there's so many things. I could go over the whole fucking list of myths, of gold pumping myths. Virtually every single claim made by the gold bugs and their kingpin leaders are a lie. I've debunked it all. Everything. Okay? Over the years. Gold is basically for trading. Okay? It's short term. It's a commodity. What do you do with commodities? Commodities, you trade. There's periods when gold goes up high. But guess what? You better not be stuck in gold when it fucking goes down hard, because it can stay down hard for a long fucking time. Just ask Doug Casey, Conman Casey, about that one. When he went on Phil Donahue in 1980 and told everybody they should have 30-40% of their net worth in gold, when gold just came off the highs. What happened? Over the next couple of years, it collapsed by 40, 50%, 60%, and then stayed down 80%, some 80% for the next 20 years. 20 fucking years. Imagine being down on gold 70%, 80% for 20 fucking years. And you're getting no dividends. Zero. That's what happened. That's what happened when gold peaked out in the 80s. Okay? Do you understand? The big scam these days is selling you the whole storage, right? And you have idiots out there. If you'll see the comments, there's most people, virtually the whole population is like a robot. Like you do what you're told, like a fucking idiot. Oh, you don't own it if you don't have it if you don't own it, or something like that. Like basically saying, always buy the physical, right? And then you got guys saying, oh, I'm afraid the government will take it. I'm going to have it stored somewhere offshore. And they're paying 1%, 2% every fucking year of the value of the gold. Are you fucking crazy? Unbelievable. And then, of course, the most recent one is the gold IRA scam. Should be made illegal. It's a total fucking scam. We'll talk about that today because Tucker's going to talk about it. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can pick this up. Remember, this is the guy Tucker Carlson's telling you he predicts everything. He's a prophet, right? Anybody remember Alex Jones, End of America? He did the voiceover for Porter Stansberry. End of America, this infomercial bullshit video. Porter Stansberry, the scam artist who told everybody in 2010, he's telling everyone that America's going to collapse, stock market's going to collapse. Buy gold, right? Basically. Everything's going to collapse, right? Alex Jones did the voiceover for it. It was played everywhere, even on TV channels, for the better part of at least 2 years, probably 3 years. Right? Listen, take a listen. Maybe you remember this.
In 2010, a Maryland businessman created a video detailing dramatic predictions for America's near future. He said the recent financial crisis would soon get considerably worse. He said there'd be rioting in the streets. And he said we'd see skyrocketing prices for things like gas and food. Now, most Americans thought these things could never happen. Not here.
Anybody remember that? That was from Porter Stansberry. Porter Stansberry made many false claims. And I contacted his office, by the way, and I told him, you're stealing my thunder. You didn't predict Fannie and Freddie going bankrupt. You didn't predict GM I did in a fucking book. You'd better stop putting that shit out there. I'm going to contact the fucking SEC. Okay? He's a fucking fraud. But you see, folks, there's no penalty for liars, for lying, apparently. Right?
For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever,
to get you to buy his shit. Notice the psychological manipulation and the racism. Take a look. Let me
Hello, I am Fentanyl, the Communist Chinese Dragon, telling all of you that you have done good job. Do not support Infowars.com. Do not be part of their year-end fundraiser. Do not go to InfoWarsStore.com and make donation, and do not get products that boost your immune system. Drink fluoride, take fentanyl, and die. Again, do not be part of the end of year fundraiser at InfoWars Store.
If we do not work together on a global...
What's going on here, right? Let's play it again.
Hello, I am Fentanyl, the Communist Chinese Dragon, telling all of you that you have done good job. Do not support Infowars.com. Do not be part of their year-end fundraiser. Do not go to InfoWarsStore.com and make donation, and do not get products that boost your immune system. Drink fluoride, take fentanyl, and die. Again, do not be part of the end of your fundraiser.
So we're going to go to the screen now, do a little search on Tucker. So remember, Tucker Carlson made this long, I don't know, I think it was like a 3-hour video, and to make sure to get Alex Jones re-platformed onto Twitter so he can continue scamming people, right? That right there told me, once again, I didn't know much about Tucker Carlson, but when I saw that, I knew Tucker Carlson was an absolute fraud. Alex Jones is a total scam artist, and I believe now they're in some type of a partnership together. You can take a look at his channel, do a little search for Alex Jones, type in Jones, take a look. Look at this bullshit. So you see what's going on. Alex Jones, you see, because ScamTube removed Alex Jones's channel, but Alex Jones is able to continue to air his bullshit if somebody's interviewing him. And Alex Jones knows that. So Carlson is interviewing him, platforming his nonsense. Take a look at this. Alex Jones warns of the globalist death cult fueling the next civil war and rise of the Antichrist. I mean, look at this. Just complete bullshit, right? And in fact, you might want to take a look. Take a look. Joe Rogan. Take a look at the frauds and con artists on Tucker Carlson's channel. There's nobody credible on his channel. They're all a bunch of fringe crackpots and conspiracy con artists. Every single folks, I've told you all before. First thing you do when you look at a channel, the first thing you do, you take a look at the oldest videos, especially these fake gurus. You're going to see they were, everything money. These guys were sitting in a room talking about real estate like little fucking idiots, and all of a sudden they're stock gurus, right? You take a look at the oldest videos. You see the transformation. Next thing you do, you should take a look at the list. If it's a channel like Tucker Carlson, where he platforms people, he interviews people, basically promotes them. Take a look and see who he's talking on the show, who's on the show, right? You get a good idea, and you have to understand, if you don't realize, if you can't spot the con artist, then you're kind of lost in the woods. The more these guys you detect as scammers and con artists, the better off you are, because they're all in a circle jerk. You're going to see an intersection between many of the people on Joe Rogan. You're going to see many of the people on many other channels, depending upon the focus. Okay? I'm telling you right now. So, just take a look. You're not going to find nobody credible. Take another look for here's Tucker Carlson's got another channel, Tucker Carlson Network. Okay? Take a look. Alex Jones, Alex Jones, Alex Jones, Alex Jones. Alex Jones is a fraud. He's absolute disinformation, controlled opposition fraudster. That's what he is. And then Joe Rogan. Take a look. Okay? Matt Walsh. They're all these guys, okay? You're going to see the Weinstein fucking scammers as well. These guys are full of shit, complete disinfo. Folks, I'm telling you right now, there is no source out there that's legit. They're all liars, okay? All liars. There you go. Tony Robbins. You see that? Folks, I mean, it's just fucking predictable, okay? And if you don't know somebody, well, you can assume they're a scammer if they're on a show of a scammer. Okay? Safe to assume. Julian Assange, Complete fake. Controlled opposition. He's a Mossad asset. No doubt about it. No doubt. I mean, I have experience dealing with WikiLeaks, okay? They shut me out. I had all kinds of shit to report. Hear nothing from them. Why is that? That was a long time ago, 15, 16, 17 years ago, on the financial crisis, all the fraud that people don't even know about. WikiLeaks. Fucking bullshit. Folks, remember, if somebody is a threat to the establishment like WikiLeaks is supposed to be, the U.S. wants to lock him up, and that's all fake. If someone's a threat, right? If WikiLeaks is such a threat, such a bad guy for exposing everything, why does the U.S. media line up to interview this fucking stooge? You understand? The U.S. media at a certain point in time is run by the U.S. government. When you're talking about national security issues, you understand. I mean, it's obvious. It's so fucking obvious. If you don't see this, then you're fucking blind. Okay? The best way to deal with a threat, a true threat, you know how? You ignore them. You erase them. You do what's been done to me. You don't give them an exposure. Do you understand? Okay? So let's take a look now. Getting to the heart of this. So let's take a look at some of the recent guys here. Okay. I mean, nothing but clowns. Now, this Professor Jane guy, I've seen him all over YouTube. This guy's a fucking joke. Okay, and he's being used by all these conspiracy wackos. He's another, what's his name? Peter Zahan. What a fucking loser! What an idiot! I mean, folks, really, these guys are completely clueless grifters. There's just nothing. Oh, look, Catherine Austin Fitts. There. What did I say? Take a look. Catherine Austin Fitts. You understand now, folks? I exposed Catherine Austin Fitts a long time ago, and most recently, and I've got a couple of videos on my site as well. Folks, I mean, it's goddamn obvious right there. You understand? Take your pick. You can look at this and see evidence that either Catherine Austin Fitts is a bullshit artist or Tucker Carlson is. Which one do you want? Well, in reality, they both are, in my opinion. Okay? Why is she on there? You understand? Once again, I'm the test case. It's a great test case. Learn my track record. Learn. I'm the top guy. Why has everybody erased me? Why did they ignore me? Why are they promoting conspiracy crackpots like Catherine Austin Fitts? A person who was handed money to manage from the government because she worked there. She used her insider connections. She failed. Her company fucking blew up. And there was a lot of lawsuits, and now it's all about the government. The government did her wrong. The government did that. She's an insider. She knows. And there are all these conspiracies. She claims COVID is a fucking operating system and all this bullshit. Are you fucking kidding me? She's a total scam artist. This is what Tucker Carlson wants. Okay? She's on Alex Jones as well. Are you all starting to see the fucking picture? Are you starting to fucking see? All these conspiracy alternative guys are fucking bullshit artists. And that whole mentality is to open your mind so that you'll buy their nutritional supplements. Okay? And buy gold. And to buy their crypto. To buy their alternative horse shit. That's alternative media. You got it? Everybody clear? That's the reality. That's why they don't have credible people on. Okay? Nobody credible. Nothing but scammers. Go to my site and read all the shit. Watch the videos I've done on Catherine Austin Fitts. Okay? She's a fucking clown. Total clown. Pitching, Alex Jones conspiracies. I mean, she's a perfect example as I've talked about the MO of people who basically they toe the line that they need to toe to get on the programs to give them exposure. Okay? All these people who don't have any real research, they pretend that they do. So what do? Well, they promote anti-Fed, anti-currency, anti-stock market, pro-gold, right? Pro-cryptocurrency. So they get the promotion everywhere, and their position as experts because they fulfill the agenda and they get they get subscribers and they pitch in their horse shit. They're all fucking frauds as far as I'm concerned. They're all disingenuous scam artists and frauds. The whole fucking YouTube, the whole genre. And then you look at mainstream media, CNBC, Barron's, all that bullshit, Bloomberg. That's another side, another angle of scams. They're all full of shit. Nobody credible on any of those fucking platforms, any of those networks. Zero. Show me somebody who's credible. Look, Peter Schiff. I mean, think about it. Folks, do you understand now how valuable it is, where it comes into the picture, understanding, knowing the track record of these people? When you realize who these people really are, what they really stand for, and the truth about their track record, in the case of guys like Peter Schiff, then you can sift through all this shit. If you don't know, and I've done all the fucking hard work, I've documented this guy's track record for the past 17 fucking years. I got hundreds of articles and videos on the guy. Do you understand? The more of these people that you realize the reality on, you're going to see the circle jerk. You're going to see them floating around the same bullshit shows, the same bullshit channels, pitching the same bullshit narratives. Okay? That's the reality. Tucker Carlson's a goddamn fraud. He's a scam artist. Now, we haven't gotten to the good stuff yet. I just wanted to go through this. Piers Morgan, Mr. fucking tabloid guy, interviews fucking clowns. Show me somebody credible. Show me somebody credible. Anyone? You see anybody? Steve Bannon, the felon. Remember Steve Bannon? The build the wall guy, the build the wall fraud. I did videos on him and Miles Kwok. Anybody remember that shit? Nobody else is covering this shit but me. Nobody else. I'll show you Steve Bannon here. We'll go over. We'll do a review of Steve Bannon. I mean, this is just unbelievable to me, folks. This is what I'm saying. Confront all the motherfuckers, not the bullshit artists, the scammers. I'm talking about the people that platform them. You confront Tucker Carlson. How is it possible that he doesn't want to have me on his show? He'll put on Nick Fuentes, right? He'll put on Peter Brimlow. These guys are supposedly racist, anti-Semite. Who are they? What have they done in their lives? Nothing. You understand? Fuck Tucker Carlson. Dirty fucking rat, piece of shit fraudster. He's a goddamn scam artist fraudster. And if you fall for this guy, you're a dumbass. And you deserve what you're going to get. Okay? Do not ever listen to anybody who promotes scammers. And if you don't have an understanding that he's got all scammers on his show, then you're fucked. You are fucked. I've been going over this shit for nearly 2 decades. Okay? I mean, these are the same people that watch him that watch fucking Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, he gives a birth to scammers. That's what his show is all about. Promoting fucking scammers. And I can tell when I come across somebody I've never seen before and they got a lot of followers, first thing I do is I go check Joe Rogan. And sure enough, yeah, he was on their show. It's a fucking joke, man. I don't understand how I'm the only one that sees this. It's unbelievable to me. So here's his little website. Take a look here. Oh, buy gold. The great gold scam. This is what we're going to go over here. The great gold scam. Okay, the great gold scam. So Tucker Carlson's going to explain the gold scam. Before we get into that, remember our friend Dave Cullum. Dave Cullum, as I mentioned earlier, and of course I've done several articles and quite a few streams on him. Dave Cullum's a perfect example of how the Dunning-Kruger effect can work. See, Dave Cullum is so ignorant and so narcissistic and confident that he actually has come out and stated, take a look at the articles that I wrote, and you can look on YouTube, do a search for Dave Cullum IRA, Roth IRA, and you'll hear what he has to say. He says the Roth IRA is terrible, never invest in it, never use it. It's always terrible. And his simpleton, stupid stooge argument is, oh, well, because your tax rate, your effective tax rate, people don't think about it. He uses the term effective tax rate like he's some magician, like no one's ever heard of it before. And I don't even think he uses it correctly, to be honest with you. It's not about effective tax rate. All it is the tax rate that you have in retirement. He claims that your tax rate during retirement is going to be lower than pre-retirement, which is not necessarily true. I know many people who are making more money in retirement than when they were working, because they hold out for Social Security, because they can, because they have rental properties, because they have stock investments, because they have pension plans, because they also have 401ks. Go and read the articles I've done, 3-part series on the Roth IRA. I completely blow his ass out of the water. For anyone to say some type of financial product is always bad, there's almost no product you can say that for, except for maybe. I would say, well, even annuities, even like fixed annuities, which are typically shit, there's always going to be some need for them. Okay? Take a look. Here's a perfect example. This what is this here? Is this a dude or right? This Lynn Alden comes from nowhere. Platformed by Raoul Paul, right? Raoul Paul, the liar, claims he predicted the financial crisis. Real Vision, right? Real Vision is where Kyle Bass and Steve Bannon and Miles Kwok were platformed on. We'll go over that here shortly. Lynn Alden, if you take a look at her LinkedIn, got no experience in the financial industry, okay? Was at some industrial plant as some engineer, and all of a sudden now she's an expert. Never even worked at a financial firm at all, and she's an expert. No, the reality is she's a pumper of the anti-Fed bullshit, the anti-Fed propaganda, the pro-gold, pro-cryptocurrency horse shit, so she gets platformed all over the place. This is all fraud, what's going on. I hope you all know this. This has been going on for years. Okay? Meanwhile, the leading expert in the world, nobody interviews me. All these people out there are selling you guys into the fucking toilet. Once again, it's simple. All you got to do is ask and answer one fucking question. How are you qualified to be talking about these issues? And then answer that question yourself. Take a look at who they are, what they've done, and their track record. Show me your track record. If you're not a true analyst, shut your fucking mouth. Okay? That's why I say you better fucking learn my track record. The most important thing you can do in your fucking life. Inside and out. At the very least, learn my financial crisis track record. And you know what? Spend infinite time learning about the financial crisis. Because you know what? Maybe you'll feel confident enough to enter the challenge, the $1 million challenge. Maybe you think you're going to find somebody that's got a better track record than me. Don't hold your fucking breath. Okay? I mean, honestly, I'll be honest here. Let me just tell you guys something. I had a 2-to-1 odds. I was offering a 2-to-1 odds. I had to remove that because it could be interpreted as a gamble. So I was advised to remove. That's the only reason why I removed it. Okay? That's the only reason. I kid you not. So here we go. This is the gold scam. So we're going to watch this video. I'm not going to watch it all. This is the heart of this stream right now. Those waiting around, you're finally going to get to it. I'm not going to go over the Steve Bannon stuff. I'll go over it later. I'm going to get to this now. I've been talking long enough.
And you can read the Bible. It's hiding in plain view, folks. It's not of this world. I don't know exactly what it is or what it's doing, but this is not human intelligence, okay? And you've heard state judges come out and say, we know there's a martial law plan for Texas and Lubbock and other areas. This is known. They are training youth corps. I'd say to be ready in 2-3 years. Now, they've already stolen 60% of the pension funds. In a couple months, it's all going to be gone, dumbasses. Excuse me. I want you to listen carefully. In the next 2 years, they're going to devalue your currency by at least 50%. You're so stupid, when the government tells you it's not devalued, you still won't know it's devalued. The European Union, as we know it, will be gone by 2022. Das ist in Brennsachen. Guten Tag, Frau Mierenfahren. Sing around here. Hallo, Marinori. Sing through, Köderstill, Unsteingas, Bunga, Sunga, Bunga, Kohlesteingöl, Tenzil, Kassel, Morris, Rockar, Golsendagen, Kugenschickelbugger, Hanjagabunga, Ching, Marinori.
You sell gold for the New World Order. Who owns all the gold? The Rothschilds.
I sell gold for the New World Order. These are great deals, folks. I feel very good going to sleep at night promoting great deals on gold like this. I promote what I believe in. That's a good deal. You just heard. I sell gold for the New World Order. I promote what I believe in. I promote what I believe in. I promote what I believe in.
If you know anybody who does not want to die with it, these men have found a way.
What is it, a clinic somewhere?
I talked with my elite friend the other day on the phone, and he told me some things that are going to happen in the next few months' time. The elite are working towards a date for the collapse of all of the currencies. I have a connection, and you know what it's been for 37 years. Don't sell your gold and silver. You positively must keep it.
And we have a lot of different specials running right now. 10% off the great stainless steel gravity-fed filters, what I use for my family. Because in the final equation, it's predatory. Promo code WATER to get 10% off the already lowest prices out there on the best gravity-fed filters. You can take them on the road. They've got the... because in the final equation, it's predatory. Nomad and traveler types. They've got the big king type systems that can even be used at your restaurant or office. Because in the final equation, it's predatory. And they've got the Pro Pure Pro 1 systems that cut out the fluoride, the glyphosates. The leading competition doesn't do this, or I'd be selling it. Because in the final equation, it's predatory. I did sell the competition before. When better stuff came out, I went to this. Because in the final equation, it's predatory. And then why even sell the other stuff if it's not as good? It's just kind of a no-brainer. Because in the final equation, it's predatory. I make more money selling everything, but I'm just not going to do it. This is the best system for a gravity-fed system. Because in the final equation, it's predatory. And it's available at InfoWarsStore.com or by calling 888-253-3139. Because in the final equation, it's predatory. And we are busy like an anthill here, getting ready to finish up the new studio, some of the new films, all the work we're doing, reaching well over 15 million people a week, one way or another. Because in the final equation, it's predatory on all the different platforms. And I want to boost that to 30 million, 40 million, 50 million a week. Because in the final equation, it's predatory. And we've got plans to do it. It's hard to get to that next level, so busy with all the stuff we're currently doing. Because in the final equation, it's predatory. But we're getting the folks in, getting them trained, moving forward. We're getting very, very close, thanks to all your help out there. We're giving our maximum effort against the New World Order. And when you purchase the books, the videos, the T-shirts, all the great things that are at InfoWarsStore.com, it makes the transmission possible. Because in the final equation, it's predatory. And finally, there's InfoWarsLife.com, where we have the proprietary nascent iodine. Because in the final equation, it's predatory. This is proprietary. They had to use electricity and sound waves to make it. And there's only one lab in the whole country that can do it. And we've got the corner on the whole deal. Because in the final equation, it's predatory. And let me tell you, because I had a doctor tell me to get on this stuff like 4 months ago, and it blew me away so much, I basically bought it. and put it out. It turns blue on paper. It's real iodine, folks, like the real iodine crystals. That's why it's lighter, because in the final equation, it's predatory, and it's helping fund the operation. So InfoWarsLife.com, a great gift to give friends and family. Consult your physician if you have any medical issues first, folks, because you will detoxify. So good. And then we've also got the new fluoride shield. This detoxifies fluoride as well on record, but it's got 5 other compounds with a lighter dose of nascent iodine, so you can take them together with the Shilajit and a bunch of other stuff to really detoxify the body. And I've been on it about 2 months. It just came out, but I had the tester bottles that I approved. And just what it did, stuff coming out of my skin, you name it. Man, I still look like hell from all the stress I put my body through. People can see on television the difference. I mean, people can see it. So, again, just try it, folks. I'm not going to even make claims here. InfoWarsLife.com. No brag, just fact. I've heard the rave reviews. Or 888-253-3139. But try the new fluoride shield. It's in a 2-ounce bottle and is a lot more inexpensive for the amount you get than even the nascent iodine, pure nascent iodine. Okay, I'm done plugging for this hour because in the final equation, it's predatory.
Right there, right there.
You work for Time Warner Cable?
Right there.
Is that who you work for?
I work for Alex Jones. Who do you work for?
You work for President
I work
Time
for InfoWars. INFOWARS.com. It's a website.
InfoWars.com. Okay, that's what I'm asking, so I can tell who you work for.
So they don't like us filming the work they're doing out here. Is that what you're saying?
InfoWars brought to you by Time Warner Cable. CNN is brought to you by Time Warner Cable. So when you watch Alex Jones debate Piers Morgan on CNN, figure it out. They're both being paid by the same company.